Welcome to a special program from WCTV brought to you at Westwood Regional High School, where the Woodington players are putting on the play Puffs for the fall production. It'll be running November 17, 18, and 19 at 7 p.m. in Campbell Auditorium. Harry Potter fans will know that Puffs refers to the Hufflepuffs of a special school of magic and more magic. The cast is going to present a show that is sort of 7 years condensed into one evening. We think you'll enjoy hearing about it from the students that we're going to be talking with tonight. Here we are talking to the cast of Puffs at Westwood Regional High School. The show's going to be on this fall in November 17, 18, and 19. Let's introduce Samantha. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Samantha Murphy. I'm playing the narrator and the second headmaster in Puffs.
Hi, I'm Aiden Guglimati, and I'm playing Oliver Rivers in Puffs.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. What other productions have you been in?
The other productions that I've been in are, I've been in The Little Mermaid. I was Prince Eric in The Little Mermaid, and then towards when I was younger, I was in Beauty and the Beast, Grease, and an Annie/Oliver production.
Very good. Sam, let's give us a little bit of background about yourself as well.
This is, I believe, my fourth year in Woody's. I have done a bunch of stuff. Last year I was in The Little Mermaid and I was Flotsam. I've been doing community theater since I was in about 5th grade, so that's been about 7 years now. And I've played a bunch of different roles. One of my favorites that I've played was Princess Winifred in Once Upon a Mattress.
Yeah, that's a classic. Okay, let's bring this up, and Taylor can introduce herself and tell us about the role you're playing.
Hi, my name is Taylor Moses. I'm a senior, and I'm playing Megan Jones, the female lead of the play. I've been doing Woodington Players since freshman year, so I've been in Peter and the Starcatcher, Cinderella, which sadly never made it to the stage. Then there's Our Town and The Little Mermaid. As I said before, I'm a senior, so when I go to college, I hope to pursue a career in politics, economics, or something in that field.
Hi, I'm Matthew Ryan. I'm playing Wayne Hopkins, the male lead of Puffs. This is my 5th year in Woody's and my 9th production here. Some of the other roles that I've played, I played Sebastian in The Little Mermaid, George Gibbs in Our Town, Leaf in the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, and various other roles. But this is also my senior year, so what I plan to do in the future is go into theater education and direction. So hopefully in the future I'll be directing my own productions and all that jazz. And yeah.
There you go.
Hi, I'm Anna Nooney. I am also a senior, and I play a certain potions professor, as well as other assorted roles. Some past production that I've done, I played King Triton in The Little Mermaid last year, and I also played Simon Stimson, the choir director in Our Town. I've also been in various productions and showcases we've done here during the virtual years and before that. When I go to college, I'm hoping to study creative writing as well as media production, sociology, or political science.
Very good. Let's give a little credit to some of the other folks. About how many Woodies are involved this time?
Cast and crew.
Cast and crew.
40 to 50.
40 to 50 people.
50.
That's amazing. The participation rate is super.
Yeah.
Super, yeah. I noticed in the other rooms the sets are starting to come along, so folks have been very industrious. Have any of you helped out with some of the set production?
Oh yeah, it's mandatory for all of us. We all
Yeah.
help out.
That's good. That's good. Those practical skills and the creative skills are wonderful. Yeah. What can you give us a little bit of an overview of what happens in Puffs?
So Puffs is, it is Harry Potter, but it's not technically, since it's copyrighted. But obviously this is from the Hufflepuff perspective of the 7 years at Hogwarts, and our trio is Wayne Hopkins, Megan Jones, and Oliver Rivers, who are all placed in the Puff House when, in reality, Wayne is more of the Braves, Gryffindors, Megan's more the Slytherin, Snake sides, and Oliver is more of the Ravenclaw. And basically, the show takes us in a 110-minute journey through the 7 years. And it's a comedy, so there's a lot of jokes, and it's mainly focusing on the trio and their adventures, and sometimes Harry and that trio pop in, so you'll see how they are intertwined with their story. But yeah, and it takes a turn at the end, and the Battle of Hogwarts happens, and I don't want to spoil anything.
Oh, darn. Right. So, Potions Master, give us a little bit of insight into the setup of when the kids come in to learn from the Potions Master.
Oh, it is all cheek. It is all sarcasm, biting edge. I am not your friend. I am just here to teach you, possibly torment you a little bit, and I am certainly not a fan of this one over here, Mr. Rivers. I can't.
Yeah, it sounds to me like your everyday classroom. That's excellent. We also know that the Hufflepuffs are industrious and they're loyal. Why don't you talk a little bit about that, Aiden?
Yeah, I think this show a lot, it talks about being loyal to friends, and I think a big part of being a Puff and a Hufflepuff is being loyal to friends, and that's what really matters in this show. So I think that really bonds the characters in the show.
Yeah, indeed. So, Samantha, as the narrator, you're carrying a bunch of books and you're helping us with the plot as it unfolds, correct?
Yes, that is correct. I am kind of telling the story of the Puffs and explaining how they interact and are really important to the school and are very interesting characters and interesting people in their own regards. And I make sarcastic comments about Harry, who is obviously the main character of the other series, and I really do that.
Yeah. If we can pass that around back up to Taylor. So you might have been a snake. Does that mean you're a bit of a problem child?
I think that Megan kind of represents the rebellious side of us all. I feel like she does not want to be in the house she is, and she makes it very, very, very clear that she doesn't think that she belongs there. But I think she kind of represents the telling of a story of just slowly accepting who you are, and even though that's not who you would want it to be, there's something very real and authentic about accepting the fact that you aren't something that everybody aspires to be.
Yeah, very interesting. So, in the beginning, is there a sorting hat?
There is a form of a sorting hat. It's
Very good.
It's not your traditional sorting hat that Harry Potter has, but I think it definitely does kind of play with the idea of it. I kind of want to keep what it is a bit of a secret because when you do see it, you recognize what it is, and it kind of has a meaning behind it when you actually recognize what's it trying to say about the sorting hat.
One must just wait and watch the magic unfold.
Exactly. You'll just have to come and see it. That's it.
Very good. I wanted to go over also the ending. Is it as dramatic as folks might expect from the Potter series?
I think that it comes as a shock. When we were doing the read-through as a group, I did previously watch it, but I guess I skipped a part or something because as I was reading it, I was like, it definitely takes you for a spin. There's definitely moments you're like, wait, did that just happen? But it's definitely action-packed. I promise there's no way you're going to be bored at the end of this. Absolutely no way.
No. And considering the audience group that you're going to be playing to, almost everybody's familiar with the text and the stories and all of that, even the adults. So you should have a lot of resonance with the people who are watching. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to speak to that as a Harry Potter fan yourself.
The jokes are a variety for age groups. There are some more mature adult jokes, but there's also some jokes that other people will understand. So it's more universally comedic, so everyone will get it no matter what age they are. If you're a Harry Potter fan, you're going to catch on to a lot of the jokes. But even if you're not a Harry Potter fan, you're still going to have fun and you're going to laugh. And it's just a really fun comedy to come to.
Yeah. Anna, do you have any special relationship with Mr. Voldy?
No comment on that one. I gotta remain quiet about that. You may see me. I may not be who you're expecting me to be with Mr. Voldy, but you may see me in an unexpected environment with said
character. Yeah. I'm going to read off some of the other characters that some of the folks familiar with the genre or the story will recognize. In addition to Wayne and Oliver and Megan and the narrator, we have Cedric, who's also Mr. Voldy. Cedric is a very heroic person, I believe, at least still in this one too, right? We also have Susie Bones, and I'll just give away this much. Susie has a lot to be afraid of. Yeah. Jay Finch Fletchley, does he have the same problems in this show that he had in the Potter books?
Look at me. He's not as major of a role. He's explored a lot more here.
In the show,
Yeah.
A lot more.
Yeah. Suffice it to say that people wanting to do their research need to know what a basilisk is.
Yes. It won't be funny.
Sally Perks and others, Ernie Mack, Hannah and Leanne. So those are good characters that I think everybody's going to be unable to identify.
I think I'm somebody who hasn't watched Harry Potter, and the characters are so good here. I'm someone who doesn't know a lot about Harry Potter, so I don't have the recognition of the books to kind of base myself, my opinion on the characters on, but they are all so funny. I promise you, Jay Finch will get you laughing so hard. Leanne is like bigger than life. These are like, it's a huge ensemble cast because the characters, what the actors do with them, my friends, do such a good job. You're going to fall in love with all of these characters 110%, even if you don't know them from the books. 110%.
So here she is carrying on with the usual esprit de corps that I find in Woody's. They're very supportive and they're very creative, and it's good to get that feeling for what's going on now. In addition to Mrs. Florek directing, who else is helping from the adult side? Sam's got a comment.
We have a bunch of adult helpers. We have Mr. Fritz, who has been helping with the set design and stage art portion. We have Mr. DeBlasio, who helps out with the actual constructing of the sets. We have Mr. Pena, who has stepped up this year to help us with the lights and sounds portion. And we also have Samantha Lewis, who has been helping us with the costume portion.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. Who's supplying props, and what kind of props do we have?
There's a lot of props in this show. It is a big prop show. Mr. Fritz helps with that. And we also have our chief, Sophia Dabari. She's great. She's really rose to the occasion during the show and made sure that all of the props look great.
Speaking of props, you all want to put let's say, a charm curse on our camera as we close out some of our discussion? All right.
What do you want to say?
Wands at the ready. Here we are with some more of the members of the Woodington Players at Westwood Regional High School.
Well, you know what? Before you start, when you're talking to Emily, you can cheat towards me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Here we are with some more members of the Puffs crew at Westwood Regional High School. These are Woodington players who are helping put on the fall play. Why don't you introduce yourselves, tell the role you're playing, some of the background that you have as a Woodington player, and we'll take it from there. Go ahead.
Sure. I'm Gavin O'Melia. I play Cedric and Mr. Voldy. This is my first year in the cast. Last year I was a running crew member.
Hi, I'm Melanie Robles. I play the roles of Ginny Weasley and Susie Bones in the cast. I am also the dance captain and fundraising chair of the Woodington Players. You may remember me as Ariel from our last production of The Little Mermaid. This is my 5th year with the Woodington Players.
My name is Amelia Jean Basanella. I'm the chief of the sound crew for the Woodington Players, as well as the treasurer on the Woody's Council. And I've been part of the sound crew since my freshman year.
Excellent. You have a big responsibility, especially if there's any blips with the mics. I know in the past I've heard some folks up in the box going, and so the things that go on with the mics, I know, are a technical problem for you to solve ahead of time, right? And hopefully not at the time of the show.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah, right. You've been involved all along with the Woodies then?
Yes.
That's great.
Ever since I was a freshman.
Yeah, super. That's good experience, right? Do you hope to eventually go into some kind of tech or sound work?
I not as like a career, but definitely as like a hobby or a side pastime. I'd like to do it with like community theaters, and I'm hoping I can do that in college with whatever theater is there.
Very good, very good. So, Melanie, tell us a little bit about your characters. Tell us about them.
Well, let's see. Susie Bones is kind of like the knockoff version of Luna Lovegood, except she's a little more goth, a little more like, we're all gonna die. That's fun. Ginny Weasley is pretty much, she's Wayne's first love interest, and she's kind of like a little more, she's kind of just there, where she basically same role as in the original Harry Potter series. But yeah.
Yeah. People who don't know Harry Potter should know that Luna Lovegood always assumes the best end, even in the worst of times. So she's a bit of a character.
Yeah. I'd guess Susie's like the goth version of her, where she's like, oh yeah, we're all gonna die. She keeps saying it, but then there's a fun little surprise at the end with her.
Very good. Does the plot in this story talk about what happened to her parents?
It does not.
It does not.
Susie's more of one of the ensemble characters. So she's kind of like one of the other puffs. It has some fun little comedic moments thrown in there, but yeah.
Yeah, very good. Okay, Gavin, tell us a little about how heroic Cedric is.
His heroism doesn't really come from any action. He sort of, I sort of think of him as like an older brother figure to the cast. He's certainly very important to their development through school. Most of his heroism, like I said, not really action-based, but throughout the play he acts as a guiding force. He shows them what to do, how to deal with the bullying that they're receiving, and it's certainly a role that I like to play.
Yeah. Well, for other folks who may not know, the Hufflepuffs are not always the center of attention, even though they're loyal and true and industrious. A group that has to live where in the castle?
Right down near the kitchen in the basement.
Yeah, indeed. Now let's rise a little bit above that. As Voldy, you get to be a completely different character.
Yes. Yeah. It's a very stark change. In one scene, I'm Cedric. Act 2 comes along, and I completely change. I'll be wearing a bald cap, which is going to be very interesting. They're taping my nose down because Voldemort has the snake slits instead of a human nose. It's it's very different. It's a stark contrast.
Yeah, absolutely. Very different personality on that one.
Yes. Yes.
Not out to save the world.
Nope.
Not out to save the world. Tell me a little bit about any future plans. Jean talked a little bit about what she might be wanting to do with her time and career. Any thoughts at this point?
Well, that's the question, I guess. I've considered acting a few times, but I only just now sort of mustered up the courage to audition, kind of come into the program, at least on stage, that is. But I've considered acting a few times. I want to be a writer. I want to do television. My father's in that business, so.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know the highs and lows of that stuff.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Indeed. Melanie, tell us a little bit about the Oh, where was I going with this thought? Tell us a little bit about where you're headed in the future.
So there's a lot of different options because outside of Woody's, I am also a solid softball player. I'm one of the captains for our high school team. But yeah, there is a couple of options for getting recruited. I've had my fair share of recruitment offers. I've had some acceptances for certain schools. I applied to 12, 13 schools, going a little crazy. But there's a lot of different options because what I want to study is business with a concentration in music production, technology. Music has always been a main passion of mine. I always lean towards the musicals because I get to sing. Yeah. So I may end up either in New York or Boston. Those are the main two cities I've been looking at the most. Maybe Rhode Island. It's kind of sprinkled around in there. Yeah, I love the opportunities I would have if I end up there.
Super. All right. Is there anything you would like to let the public know about the show?
Anyone?
Anyone?
Well, I would say that it's actually quite different from the typical Harry Potter series. It's kind of like a parody, I would say. It's got a lot of fun stuff, a couple of serious, but I feel like it's a very entertaining show that people would love to see.
Yeah, indeed. And you know what I always liked about theater and the Woodies, you get hands-on experience. It's not something you particularly get graded on. So you're here for pride and accomplishment, doing it right just for the fun of it. With the other group that was interviewed a little earlier, we talked about the esprit de corps in the Woodies and the fact that you guys are also supportive of each other, which is really a joy to see. Yeah.
It's like a family. You can really rely on everyone.
We got Lauren Florek, director and Woody's advisor, to calm down for a minute and talk to us about the play Puffs. Give us a little bit of an idea about how this all came together.
The original show is off-Broadway. It's a popular show, a comedy about a certain school of witchcraft and wizardry that I will not name. But the characters resemble a lot of characters from a very popular book and movie that people absolutely adore. And it plays with the comedic themes of that and comedic elements of all of the characters.
Plus, you condense into one show 7 years.
Yes.
So there's a lot to cover.
It is a fast-paced show. The scenes are short and it moves very quickly. There's a lot of costume changes, a lot of movement, and it's a really interesting style of theater, having that storytelling element of it where the actors are constantly cycling through things, but they do a great job.
They do a great job. I poked my head in and saw the sets have come all together very nicely. And let's give credit to some of the other adult advisors, Mr. Pena, Mr. Fritz. Tell us about some of the people working with you on making this happen.
Oh, yes. We have Mr. Pena, who's working on sound and light, Mr. Fritz, who works on stage art. Mr. Fritz, who works on stage art. I always talk with my hands. We have also Miss Lewis, who is working on costumes, and Mr. de Blasio, who's working on set construction.
Very good. We know it takes a big team to put it together. The kids were telling me they think there's about 40 or 50 students involved.
Yeah, we have a little over 50. So.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a lot of kids that are involved in our production. And this is a smaller production. When we did The Little Mermaid last year, we had, I think, 70 to 80 kids in that production.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. I'm glad it's all coming together for you. The time is coming up. We're doing this taping on November 7th, and we've got a little over a week to go, and it's humming over here at Westwood High School after hours. Really humming.
Yeah, it's absolutely a very active program, and we have a lot of students who are really excited to showcase their hard work.
Absolutely. I congratulate you on your choice of plays, and look forward to whatever's coming in the spring.
All right. Me too. Thank you so much.
We look forward to seeing you November 17, 18, and 19.
November 17th, 18th, and 19th at 7 p.m.
Very good. Thank you. Some more of our Woodies today. Why don't you introduce yourself, tell us the role you're playing, and a little bit about what that character does in the play.
I'm Riley Falk, and I'm playing Sally Perks along with some other characters. And my character is one of the puffs at the school, and She's interesting for sure. She wears glasses and then she takes off her glasses. It's kind of a whole personality thing with her. Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
I'm Samantha Arturo. I play Leanne, and Leanne's like the weird kid who's never really met any other kids before because she's like homeschooled, and like so she's kind of just adjusting to like being around new people for the first time.
I'm Gabby Koff. I'm playing Jay Finch. He's kind of this goofy little dude who's also imaginary. And I also play Xavier Jones, Megan Jones's evil mother.
I'm Peyton Tan. I play Moaning Myrtle. She is a Ravenclaw ghost who lives in the bathroom. And I also play a few other characters as well.
Hey, can you explain a little bit about the difference between Ravenclaws and Hufflepuffs?
Yes. So it's a bit of a stereotypical explanation, but Ravenclaws are known to be intelligent and Hufflepuffs are known for their patience and kindness.
Yeah, very much so. And loyal and industrious. And Ravenclaws can make you think. Yeah, make you think a lot. Okay, so tell us a little bit. Have you been in other productions with Woodies?
This is my 4th production with the Woodies. I've done this since 8th grade. I'm a junior now, and I don't know, I love being here with everyone. It's like the highlight of every year for me, honestly. It really, really is.
Yeah. What I really love about our viewers are going to get bored of me saying this, but I keep saying it, the esprit de corps in the Woodies is great. Tell us a little bit about your theater experiences and where you might want to go with it.
This is my 2nd show with Woodies, but honestly I can say that Woodies is just a place where you can be yourself and feel very loved, and it's like a little family. And this is definitely very encouraging to go to theater like past your high school years, because it gives you the opportunity to be in a theater community where you feel like you're a part of something.
Yeah, thank you, Gabby. What do you think?
This is my 3rd show with Woodies, and yeah, I agree with Gabby and everything else that we've said. It's very like we get to experience a lot of things, especially like with the field trips that we go on. We got to like experience other shows from other schools and their productions, so we can really get to like know the theater community in its entirety.
That's really great. I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself, but you've been in other shows?
Yeah, I was in
Right.
Our Town and Little Mermaid.
And Little Mermaid, very good. Any plans for the future with carrying on this way or using it in some other fashion?
I think it would just be like a fun like party thing or like anything like that. I don't really plan to do theater that much in the future, unfortunately.
Well, don't say unfortunately, because the skills that you learn here, and I'm serious, look what you're doing right now. You're doing an interview. This is live. It's ad lib. You know, we're not scripted at all, and you can handle it. And that's one of the things that you get from theater is you get a chance to be able to present yourself confidently. Yeah, she said as she tripped over the word. So go ahead. Tell us a little bit more, Riley.
I'm a sophomore, so this is my 3rd show with Woodies. I was in Our Town and Little Mermaid. I've done shows before, but I think performing is such a special thing. Like when you're on stage doing something that you love and everyone is just appreciating it, it really is validating for yourself, and you make some of the best friends here. Like these guys are some of my best friends, and I've made them through Woodies, so it's a really great place.
Yeah, indeed. Do you have any little hints about the plot and the roles that you're playing?
Well, it's definitely an interesting show for sure. There's a lot that goes down. Not to give anything away, but there's in every different year there's a different subplot. So there's 7 years, and then something new happens every year, and I don't know. We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you're starting with that thought because you have a chance to read the books one at a time. This is one evening, 7 years, so there will be a lot for the audience to absorb. Yeah. Anything you want to say about your character as the play develops?
She kind of like changes and goes through like the normal stages of like growing up, in the sense that like she was like new and like no one really liked her, like she was different, and like I mean no one really liked her at the end either, but like she's kind of like that nerd that everyone just like, oh, she's a nerd, but like it's still like she gains confidence and like she's able to overcome like problems and issues that she faces in her life.
Yeah, very good. Go ahead, Gabby.
My Xavier character, I feel like she's very representative of finding your true self through a facade that you put on for other people. So I think she's just really about finding yourself and who you truly are.
So now about J. Finch Fletcher. I said with one of the other folks that it helps to know what a basilisk is. Is that going to be important in this show?
I mean, you'll have to find that out.
Oh!
You have to come find that out. Come see the play.
Oh, you're just as bad as the others. Very good. I think that's great. Listen, is there something you would like to say to the viewers that might be coming to the play?
Sure. I think we're all so excited, and we've been working so hard, and like this entire cast is just so incredible, and everyone's just so talented. And I think that this show is going to translate beautifully onto the stage.
Wonderful, yeah. And you guys, I've peeked in and I saw some great sets that have been developed.
The sets are beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think especially, like I know for my character, I needed to get the voice for the specific role that I was playing. So I know a lot of us have been working on voice impressions, accents. All of us are doing accents. So this is a very versatile show. And I think we're all going to do really, really well.
Yeah. So that's one of the other wonderful things about the theater. It gives you an opportunity to try on other personalities and roles, accents, ways of speaking. Yeah, that's great. All that wonderful stuff. As we close out this round of interviews, can you give us a good moan, Myrtle?
Okay. Hello. Hi, Cedric. Think of me every time you see a toilet, okay?
Very good. I love it. Thank you, guys. I'm Emily Kratzer, and this has been a special presentation of a show about the Puffs, the fall play at Westwood Regional High School in Washington Township. I'm one of the volunteers with WCTV, the all-volunteer public access television station that's located in Washington Township in Bergen County. Let's circle back around and remind you that the play will be held on November 17, 18, and 19 at 7 p.m. Tickets are $10 or $7 for seniors and students. They can be bought online at Showtix4U, SHOWTIX, the numeral 4, U, the letter U.com. So Showtix4U.com. We hope that you'll enjoy the show. We hope that you have enjoyed seeing some of the students involved and the advisors involved. And come on out and support our local community and our young students. Everyone, have a magical day, and we'll see you around the township.